Today's lesson is called Don't Stand So Close to Me. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and today we're talking again about personal space. How close can you get to other people, or how far apart should you keep yourself? And, of course, as we said, it varies from culture to culture. Of course, this has been totally screwed up because of COVID-19. We're now all supposed to stay apart from each other as much as we can in order to prevent the spread of that nasty virus. But in normal times, these rules should apply. Again, it depends on where you are, but we generally found that lots of scientists think that, hey, the warmer the climate is, the closer the people are going to be to each other. But there are some exceptions, like in conservative Saudi Arabia, where the women pretty much stay apart from other women and their family and strangers as well.
Yep, it's hot outside, but the women there in Saudi Arabia, they're going to act reserved and cold. This is not exactly what you would expect based on the temperature rule, i.e. warm people, warm climates, cold people, cold climates. But that's just the way it is. The rule, the temperature rule is not absolute. Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and take a short break, but when we come back, we'll start reading from the second part of our lesson on personal space.
Whatever the reason, it's important to understand that the size of one's personal space is a largely unconscious decision. This means that when someone accidentally invades another's personal space, they are often unaware of it. Similarly, if someone feels that their personal space is being invaded, they often cannot focus on anything else, and this makes smooth social interaction difficult, if not impossible.
各位好，第一部分我们看到形容词 unaware， 指不知道的、未察觉到的，像是 be unaware of 加上名词，就表示不知道点点点，没意识到点点点。例如 The dog was unaware of the cat that was hiding under the bed. 那只狗丝毫没有发觉躲在床底下的猫。或是 I was unaware that banks would be closed today. 我不知道今天银行不营业。另外补充一个相关片语 be caught unawares 表示出其不意的、无预警的。我们可以说 Residents were caught unawares by the flash flood. 居民无预警遇到爆洪。接着我们看到单字 smooth， 这个字是形容词，指顺利的、流畅的、平滑的。举例来说 Aside from one small problem, we had a smooth trip. 除了一个小问题之外，我们的旅行很顺利。或是 Pam likes to wear silk pajamas because they're smooth to the touch. Pam 喜欢穿丝质睡衣，因为摸起来很平滑。另外补充两个相关片语。第一 smooth out 表示抚平、使平整、抹平，像是 They claim this cream can help smooth out facial wrinkles. 他们宣称这个面霜有助于抚平脸部皱纹。第二 take the rough with the smooth. 其中的 rough 拼作 R-O-U-G-H. Take the rough with the smooth 表示逆来顺受。例如 In life, we must always take the rough with the smooth. 人生当中我们常常得逆来顺受。
Okay, let's continue to talk about personal space in today's program. We've just listened to the first part of our lesson, so it begins by saying, whatever the reason, it's important to understand that the size of one's personal space is a largely unconscious decision. So remember last time we were talking about some of the reasons why personal space is different from country to country. We're not really sure. It might have to do with temperature. It might have to do with culture and with religion and stuff like that. But whatever the reason, no matter what the reason is, it's still important to understand that the size of your personal space is a largely unconscious decision. It's not something you think about all the time. In our minds, we have our conscious mind and our unconscious mind, which, of course, refers to when we know what we're thinking and when we don't know what we're thinking.
Okay, so when you're sitting down on a bus, let's say, you don't think to yourself, okay, I've got this bubble around me. Let's say it's half a meter wide or a meter wide or something like that. You're not actually doing that measurement consciously. You're not thinking about that in that way. No. This is an unconscious decision. Now, what does this mean? This means that when someone accidentally invades another's personal space, they are often unaware of it. They don't know what they are doing. Yes, if you are unaware of something, okay, you're not conscious of that thing. You don't know that you are doing that thing. By the way, often when your personal space is invaded, let's say in your home country, people have not done this on purpose, okay? They've done it accidentally. Yes, if you do something accidentally, you do that thing, but you don't mean to do that thing. You do not do that thing on purpose. Now, similarly, if someone feels that their personal space is being invaded, they often cannot focus on anything else, and this makes smooth social interaction difficult, if not impossible. So there you go. Maybe you get off the plane there in Argentina, and immediately someone introduces themselves and puts their arm around you and gives you a big hug. You might think, oh gosh, my personal space has just been invaded, and you'll feel upset. You won't be able to do anything. But think about how your personal space has been invaded. And yes, this makes smooth social interaction difficult, if not impossible. Yeah, how can you have a conversation where you're relaxed and open and you and yourself if you feel as though someone has crossed a line socially, if you feel like that person has violated or invaded your personal space, you won't be able to have a smooth social interaction with them. This might be difficult, or it might even be impossible.
It might be impossible indeed. So you might be taking this personally. As we said here, it's probably unconscious, okay? That person did not mean to invade your personal space, but it's very difficult for us not to take it personally. We probably see it as a personal attack. Hey, you've invaded my personal space and I am offended. I'm going to take it personally. So I can't focus on anything else. I can't think about anything else. And therefore, it's going to be difficult to have any kind of smooth social interaction with that person. Smooth means without problems. You'll be able to talk to that other person without getting into an argument. And again, we're talking about social interaction. When you're talking to another person, you're exchanging information, having a conversation. That's what interaction is all about. You say something, I hear it, and then I respond, and we go back and forth. Social interaction. And yeah, if you feel like your space has been invaded, it's going to be difficult to have a smooth conversation with that other person. Not only difficult, but likely impossible. You're probably going to be very mad at that person for many days.
There you go. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be back after this.
So, if faced with one of these awkward situations, how can you correct it without causing embarrassment? According to one well-known etiquette guide, the way to solve this problem is not to back away, but to reset the situation and, at the same time, the distance between you and someone else. This could be done, for example, by turning to get something from your bag or turning to say hello to a friend. When you return to your original conversation, you can position yourself at a more comfortable distance.
第二部分我们看到名词 etiquette 指礼仪、礼节、行为规范。例如 Proper etiquette requires people to wear formal clothing to the state dinner. 合宜的礼仪要求人们穿着正式的服装去参加国宴，或是 Learning the correct dining etiquette is important when visiting foreign countries. 造访国外时，学习正确的用餐礼节是很重要的。另外，补充一个同义名词 manner, M-A-N-N-E-R, manner, 指礼仪，做此意时常用复数，像是 My grandmother told me that good manners are very important in life. 我的祖母跟我说，良好的礼仪在生活中非常重要。
Okay, so perhaps we've all had this problem before of feeling that our personal space has been invaded. So what can we do about it? So if faced with one of these awkward situations, how can you correct it without causing embarrassment? Yes, it would be very difficult to say, hey, you're getting too close to me. You have invaded my personal space and I am offended. Let's work this out. Let's talk this problem out so that we can become friends again, or we can become friends in the beginning because, hey, we're strangers here and you've invaded my space, but I'd still like to feel that we can become friends here, not enemies. So yeah, what do you do? If you're faced with a situation like this, what do you do? So here, face. To face something as a verb means to confront something. You don't run away with it. You have to confront it. You have to deal with it. So yeah, if you have this happen to you, if you encounter an awkward situation, how can you correct it? If something's awkward, it makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. Like last week, I encountered an awkward situation when I met my old girlfriend on the street and she was with her present boyfriend. Yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable. I felt kind of awkward. I wish the boyfriend were someplace else. Otherwise, I could have had a nice conversation with my old girlfriend.
There you go. If you're in an awkward situation, you might feel embarrassed or you might feel embarrassment. And yes, if you were to push this person away, get away from me. Take your arm from around my shoulders, Argentinian fellow. That person might feel offended. So you can't do that. What can you do without making the situation worse? How can you reset things without causing embarrassment?
Well, this is where etiquette comes into play here. Etiquette is basically a series of rules for people on how to interact with each other, what is considered polite and what is considered rude, and what should you avoid and what should you emphasize when you interact with another person. So according to one well-known etiquette guide, the way to solve this problem is not to back away, but to reset the situation and at the same time the distance between you and someone else. So that's according to an etiquette guide. There are various books that are published either as a print book or as rules on a website or something. Rules of etiquette, when to say please, when to say thank you and stuff like that. How to hold your knife and fork and stuff like that. Those are all the rules of etiquette. So according to one guide on etiquette, here's one suggestion on how to solve this problem. Yeah, don't back away, but reset the situation. Like you do on your computer sometimes. If things get all jammed up, you just reset the thing and start over from the beginning. So yeah, don't back away. Don't run away and hope the problem disappears. Reset everything and start from the beginning.
There you go. Reset the situation. Try to start things over. Now, how can you do this? Well, you can be creative and you can do a number of things. Let's take a look at a couple of options. Yeah, this could be done, for example, by turning to get something from your bag or turning to say hello to a friend. So there you go. By doing this particular action, you are subtly resetting the situation. How smart. Now, when you return then to your original conversation, you can position yourself at a more comfortable distance. So you turn away and you reset the conversation. And then when you come back to the original conversation, you are resetting the distance. How smart.
Yep, you can position yourself at a more comfortable distance. Notice here the word position is a verb that just means to place yourself in a certain location. Usually the word position is a noun. You might want to have a good position in the company, but here position is being used as a verb. Yes, place yourself at a more comfortable distance and you can avoid any embarrassment. You can avoid any misunderstandings. Let's now move on to the third and final part of our lesson. Let's listen first.
Of course, if you're on a crowded train in India or Japan, this might not be an option. In these cases, you may just have to let go of your own ideas about personal space and brace yourself to squeeze in tight with your neighbor.
第三部分，我们看到单字 option， 这个字是名词，指选择、可选择的事物。例如 One of the options we have for vacation this year is to go to Japan. 我们今年出游的选择之一是去日本。或是 We have a few good options about where we can go out to eat tonight. 关于我们今晚要去哪里吃，有几个不错的选项。最后，我们看到动词 squeeze， 指挤进、挤过去。例如 There was no room on the bus to squeeze in another person. 公车上没有空间再多塞一个人了。或是 Tony squeezed himself onto the crowded bus. Tony 挤上了那台拥挤的公车。另外，这个字也可以是名词，指压榨、挤压，像是 Jamie likes adding a squeeze of lime to her chicken soup. Jamie 喜欢挤一点莱姆加在她的鸡汤。
I like it. Reset the conversation. Okay, go ahead and turn away. And then when you come back to the original conversation, reset your distance. How smart. No one feels embarrassed. No one feels awkward. And you've got your personal space back. How awesome. How great. This can work everywhere, in all situations, right? Not necessarily. Of course, if you're on a crowded train in India or Japan, this might not be an option, i.e., you might not have this choice. This might not be something that you can do.
Exactly. So, yeah, of course, as you know, India is a very crowded country, and Japan during rush hour in Tokyo there can be a nightmare with people packed on those trains and people actually hired to push people onto those trains. So, yeah, this is not an option in those crowded places. You don't have a choice. You have to be really close to other people. And in these cases, you may just have to let go of your own ideas about personal space and brace yourself to squeeze in tight with your neighbor. So yeah, let go. You just basically have to stop thinking about these things. Don't worry about it and just let it go. Let it go. As they sing, of course, in Frozen there. Yeah, just don't worry about it anymore. Let things happen and just be yourself.
There you go. Relinquish control and let go. Let go of your own ideas about personal space and brace yourself. Yeah, get yourself ready, okay? Steel yourself against what's coming up next. And yeah, then squeeze in tight with your neighbor. By the way, if you squeeze in tight, that means there's not much space for you there, but you put yourself in that particular space anyways. That's what it means to squeeze yourself tight in with your neighbor. I remember in college, we tried to get 20 people to fit into a phone booth. We all had to squeeze in. It was awful.
It would have been very hot, and you probably all would have gotten sick by viruses and bacteria being spread around. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. Let's listen one more time to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第二部分写到 According to one well-known etiquette guide, the way to solve this problem is not to back away, but to reset the situation. 根据一个知名的礼仪指南，解决这个问题的方式不是向后退，而是重新调整这个情况。好，句子里面用到 back away 就表示退缩后退，尤其是指因为害怕而退缩后退。好，那这边还有2个重点哦。首先要介绍的是片语介系词 according to 的不同意思。好，那么第一个是课文的用法，就是表达根据什么所说，依照什么所记载。那么 according to 后面可以接人或事物来说明来源或者是出处，像是 according to the police, the murderer turned himself in yesterday. 根据警方的说法，那一位杀人凶手昨天自首向警方投案了。好，那么第二个意思可以表达依照什么什么，依照什么样的指示，后面通常会接规则或是说明，像是 he put the toy together according to the directions on the box. 他依照盒子上的说明把这个玩具组装起来。好，那么第3个意思是表达取决于什么，根据什么而定。那么这时候 according to 后面常常会接某一种分类评量的标准，像是 she reorganized her closet according to color. 她根据颜色重新整理她的衣柜。那么第2个要介绍的重点是 not A but B 表示不是 A 而是 B， 那它是用来连接2个对等的结构， A 和 B 的词性必须相同。像我们课文写到说 not to back away but to reset the situation， 其中的 to back away 和 to reset the situation 就是对等的结构，它们都是不定词片语。好，那我们来造一个例句， She left him not because he was poor but because he was lazy and selfish. 他离开他不是因为他很穷，而是因为他又懒惰又自私。那这个例句我们就是用 not but 来连接2个子句哦。好，另外以 not A but B 来当主词的时候，动词要配合最靠近的主词来做变化，也就是配合主词 B 去做变化。例如 Not Cinderella but her sisters are going to the party. 不是仙杜瑞拉，而是她的姐姐们要去参加派对。那这时候句子里面的 be 动词我们是配合最靠近的主词 her sisters， 所以才是用 are 不是用 is。 好，以上今天重点整理，我们回顾这些单字吧。
Accidentally. The book was ruined when it was left out in the rain accidentally. Unaware. Nancy was unaware of her son's lies and gave him the money he asked for. Smooth. It is hard for me to have a smooth conversation in my second language. Interaction. Frank had little interaction with his neighbors when he lived in this building. Awkward. In some cultures, asking about someone's salary is a bit of an awkward question. Embarrassment. Joy couldn't hide her embarrassment when she answered the question incorrectly. Squeeze. It was impossible to squeeze into the elevator because so many people were inside.
Discussion Starter starts now!
And now it's time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger, what would you do if you felt that your personal space was being invaded?
Well, I would definitely try to find some kind of excuse to disengage, to back away, maybe accidentally drop something on the floor, or pretend I'm looking at something else and, like the article says, reset the situation and find myself in a more comfortable position. How about you?
Well, personally, I would do nothing until it became clear that this person was really trying to invade my personal space. Remember, most often when people invade your personal space, they're doing so unconsciously, or they don't know that they're doing it. They're unaware of it. So basically, I would let things slide, let things go, okay, until it was clear that they were doing this on purpose, and then I would probably lightly confront them about it. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.